Hello, and welcome to the monthly interview program that features outstanding members of the mineral community, including collectors, dealers, artists, photographers, and more. We aim to shine a light on the lesser known mineral people that certainly deserve to be shown. This program is presented by the Young Mineral Collectors. I'm your host, Matthew Parshchikov from Cologne, Germany, and this is Under the Radar. Hello, and welcome back to your hopefully favorite mineral talk show, Under the Radar. Today we have a fantastic guest. He's a fairly new mineral dealer who specializes in beautiful rocks, as most of the dealers are, but his rocks have something with soul about them. Please welcome Ari Muskat, my good friend. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Matthew. Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is a pleasure. Finally, we can have someone as special and very nice and fantastic as you on the show,
I'm
as
honored.
usual, but another one.
Yeah, you've had some amazing people. But no, thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
Nice. Okay, so let's start where I usually start, at the beginning of the beginning, where it all started, because it's the beginning. How
hmm
did you come into mineral collecting?
Well, I was a young 5-year-old boy in Sharon, Massachusetts.
That's pretty young, yeah.
Um, and my mother, this is a true story, I swear to God. And I
Okay.
was actually hoping this would be the first question. My mother went to a garage sale and found half of an amethyst geode that had been used as a cigarette ashtray for like 10 years. And she cleaned it out for me. She got it prepped and ready. It was the first crystal I've ever had prepped. It was actually from my mom. And she gave it to me as a gift. And that kind of catapulted my interest in gemstones and the mineral world. And that's when I started collecting uh, crystals.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
so how was did you have like phases of collecting, or tell a bit more about your early collecting stages?
So there's an early collection, and then there's a drought in my midlife going to school and university, and then it picked up later on in once I was in grad school in the Netherlands, actually.
Hmm.
But when I was younger, it was things like I had a subscription base where I would receive these little kits with different types of minerals and fossils. Um, and I just, yeah, I had jewelry boxes as a child filled with all the little collectibles that I could get my hands on. But like I said, then I kind of, focused on school, went to school for marine science and became a full-on biologist. And then later, when doing my graduate studies in the Netherlands, I went to a crystal shop on right in the center of town, and it kind of woke, the passion back up in me. So I was back to collecting and learning. I had missed out on so many years. So I was learning about all the new species and everything that had been discovered in the last, 20 years during my absence. So
During your absence. Nice.
since
Cool.
I took a break.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned you're a marine biologist. Can
Yes,
you just
yes.
briefly tell a bit more about why you chose that, like, and not rocks maybe? And I mean, the science is
Um,
great.
obviously as a kid, like all of us who appreciate natural wonders, I was also in love with animals. Um, and I grew up in Miami, Florida, so I was out on the
Oh,
water a
you
lot.
like the gators.
Well, I can't even throw a football, but uh, yeah, no, I just loved being out on the water, loved being in the marine environment. So I decided to go to school for conservation biology, focused in coral reefs.
Oh, okay. Cool. So
Yeah,
something bit related to minerals, bit
yeah,
calcium
no, no,
carbonate.
absolutely. So while I was studying carbonate, animals building this calcareous limestone skeleton, I was also I started my calcite collection
Oh,
because there's a lot of intersections between these two things. And I
that's super
love when
cool.
biology connects with nature, connects with ecology, like it's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's always
cool
great.
stuff.
Hmm. Um, then, when tell me about your maybe your first show here.
So I started my first gem show.
Yeah. Your first mineral show.
I my first mineral show had to be in, gosh, 2012 or 2013. I was at a local show in South Florida. But I didn't make it to like a big, larger scale show like Tucson until probably, no, you know what? It was 2014 was my first Tucson.
Oh,
2014.
cool. And
Yeah.
did you already know like people from Instagram or
Nobody.
something or no one? Okay.
No, well, it didn't exist at the time. So,
Am I
not to
that
toot
young?
my well, it existed. I'll have to check the dates. Don't quote me. But from my memory, I open and you can check this. Like I opened my Instagram, my Crystal Instagram account, I think around the time that this was kind of starting to grow on social media. So I've had the opportunity and the pleasure of watching so many of like the other Instagram people grow over time from like 100 followers to where they are now at several thousand
Ooh.
followers. So I got to see that growth over social media, which I want to say was like when it started peaking was around like 2015, 2016. Um, so yeah, since then.
Cool.
But no, at the first Tucson, I knew nobody. I wore my sunglasses. I went incognito. I went and looked at all the cool rocks and, was just slowly building a collection and curating, multiple aesthetics across multiple species.
hmm And did you have so you didn't have a focus, but you developed a focus with time.
My focus, so with corals, one of the things that I always did on the side was I did macro photography and videography of coral reefs. So I've always been drawn to natural aesthetics, natural geometries and shapes. And I think so the initial draw with minerals was aesthetic formations. So it
hmm
was across localities, across species, I was looking for natural works of art.
Cool.
That was my focus.
Of course. And you probably have something that is represented in this focus also now here with you.
Oh yeah.
Something very
S- Surrounded.
mm,
Yeah. Do you want to
and
see one?
I don't know, do I?
Eventually.
Show it to me. One. Just to tease the audience.
I I didn't show you this one before,
Oh
but
my God. Oh.
it's wearing a hat. Like
Oh.
how
Multiple heads.
multiple hats. It
Oh.
reminds me of the mom from Titanic, she gets out with that big hat on her head. But yeah,
Wow.
funky formations,
hmm
mineral
And where's that
combinations.
from? China?
That is from Yaogangchen,
Yeah.
China.
Okay. Cool.
Yaogangchen.
Yeah. Wherever.
Classic.
Where else?
Yeah.
And later you developed. So did you have multiple focuses, or what's your focus now?
My focus now, well, I shifted careers, obviously. I'm not underwater anymore.
Oh yeah, true.
Um,
You're not at the water.
uh, about 2 years ago, I left my career as a coral biologist. I was growing corals down in the Florida Keys.
Oh,
Um, and yeah, we had a land-based facility and an offshore facility with just corals growing everywhere, like a farm.
that's cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. But I like to say I retired, even though I'm 35.
hmm
But I left that career behind and I took on mineral dealing full time. So really, that's been my focus. Now it's shifted away from me and more towards what I want to supply to the mineral community.
hmm And you being a dealer, how when did this uh idea of becoming a mineral dealer when did it came into your mind?
It happened, I think, quite naturally. Like with many collectors, you find a point where your eye has changed and your interests, like we're saying, they evolve, and you find yourself wanting to move out, and level up and move pieces out. So that involves selling. Um, and just quite naturally, I just started to realize that I also had a knack for interacting with people, because that's what a lot of this is about, is just engaging with other
Oh
people and
yeah.
understanding their interests. It's a very personable um, industry. So around the pandemic, I was unemployed and living in South Florida and kayaking every day. And I went hard, like many people, on a certain focus, and that was in my mineral videography or my iPhoneography. Nothing technical or professional like you guys, but just my, simple iPhone work. Um, and it started to gain a lot of traction on social media, and
Mhm.
it just kind of happened naturally from there. People were coming to me as a source of, you know, beautiful minerals.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, you became a full-time mineral dealer, how many years ago again?
I say that it's full time professionally. It's been 2 years now. Just
Okay.
about two. Yeah. Just under 2 years.
And tell me your about your life as a mineral dealer.
Ah, it's wonderful. I feel blessed. I get to interact with people from all over the world. That is, I'm not exaggerating. I really do. Just this past weekend at the New Jersey Gem Show, I got to interact with friends and colleagues and acquaintances. I got to meet people that I've spoken to online for 5 years and got to finally put a face to. Um, and then at the same time, geek out over really pretty and cool and interesting rocks.
Oh yeah, that's
So
cool.
it's quite nice.
Um, do you have a dealing focus or is it just everything beautiful?
It's really everything beautiful.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm looking around at all the crystals
Yeah,
on
just
my
show us
desk.
some of your stuff
So
that you
like
have
I'm
lying
just gonna
around.
pick this one up because it's right next to me. I kind of forgot about this one. But I'm a really big fan of, like I said, aesthetic. Like this grew in the earth, you know? And I think as a biologist, I always wanted to wow people and get them interested in our planet and our natural world. And crystals also do that. You see this and you go, wow, that looks
Yeah,
like it was manufactured.
yeah, but this mineral
Um,
was unearthed.
you like that?
Wow,
It was unearthed, and here it is sitting on my desk next to me. And every day I look at it and I'm reminded, wow, we are pretty lucky.
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Show us,
I
show
forgot
us, show,
about that one.
show us, show us some more.
So I took this one out. This is actually the picture in my logo. This rock I acquired back in 2016 in an eBay auction. Um, I would say, guys, anyone who wasn't watching, correct me if I'm wrong, but the eBay auctions back then were hot. Like I found so many amazing crystals on eBay. Now, of course, I go to the gem shows, but it was definitely a platform for this sort of thing. Now I think it's moved to Instagram and social
Hmm.
media.
Hmm.
Um, but this is one of my favorite fluorites in my collection. It's very bright in here.
Wow,
But this, of course, is from the Minerva mine. It's just a massive piece.
I
Just
love that.
what?
Oh,
I
it's
don't know if
beautiful.
it's translating in the
Oh, that's beautiful. You should get that professionally photographed.
Yeah, no, it needs some TLC. It needs maybe a professional. So like this, I said 2016. In that amount of time, I've learned so much about prepping and
Yeah,
about,
could load up,
you know,
could have a small fill maybe. Couldn't.
yeah, no, it could use some love.
Yeah.
either way, it's my prized
It's
fluorite.
beautiful.
It's on my business cards.
It's beautiful. Yeah. So you mentioned your business. How's it called?
So my business is called Unearth Minerals.
Ooh, nice. How did you come up with that? It's just
I
came
was sitting
naturally.
in my apartment in Amsterdam and I was coming up with ideas for
What do you mean?
my.
You were sitting at your apartment in Amsterdam.
I was relaxing in my apartment in
You're
Amsterdam.
relaxing.
And it actually, I'm going to be honest, it came to me very quickly. I, it was like the first thing, and I was like, that's it. I unearthed these minerals. I mean, I not personally, of
Yeah, yeah.
course. I work with many talented and amazing miners who unearth it. But that's what we're doing. We're unearthing beauty and sharing it with the world.
Exactly. Yeah, nice.
So, and I was lucky that no one on Instagram was named Unearth Minerals, so
Hmm.
it was available.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as easy as that. Do you have a website or anything?
I don't have a website. I, of course, have like a little Etsy platform,
Ah, okay.
although I don't update it that often. Really, Instagram is the way to
Hmm.
engage with me in my business for sure.
Yep. Great. Show us some rocks. Rocks intervention.
So, yeah, so like I was saying before, if I ever did have a focus, uh, it was feldspars. I
Ooh.
just am really fascinated by feldspar. So these are from Brazil,
Yeah,
and
because of
these
the
are,
trilithionite, polylithionite series. Yeah.
yes. Is that the lepidolite?
Yeah, yeah.
I mostly have the trade names.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so you have inclusions
That's
of,
nice.
yeah, right? Absolutely just very, very cool crystals. Um, like I was telling you before, I like the architecture. So, many people have quartz Lemurians, but I tend, if anything, to collect like, the most interesting of Lemurians. I think
Ooh,
quartz architecture is just fascinating.
very nice.
Um,
Love that one very gem face where you can see through the hole.
yeah, and. Totally natural. Should I? Oh, I'll be right back. I have one. Sorry. That's right under the desk there.
Some Orongo.
Just some, fine Orongo. This is
That's a
probably,
big one. That's a
I
big
mean, this
feldspar.
I would argue that this is one of the finest feldspar finds from Orongo, at least.
Oh, it's terminated also, right? With everything and
Yeah.
some muscovite
Yeah.
also and fluorite.
And
Nice. Oh, and some
yeah,
schorl
yeah, you got
shiny.
floral. This whole thing is fluorescent green, dripping in
Oh,
highlight opal.
oh, that's really
The
cool. That's a
fluorites.
beautiful one then. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's right under the desk, by the
I should keep. Oh, I
windowsill.
also should keep some random rocks under my desk. Like, oh,
Excuse me, I'll be right
check
back.
this out. Yeah, like, oh wow, I got a rock. Wow.
We have to make do in these New York City apartments. It's
True. You
I
you live in New York City.
I do. I do.
Why? I mean, I know all the dealers they live in like Denver, or Arizona area, or like state and whatever, and spread out where they have a lot of
Well,
places, space for warehouse storage and whatever. But you
oh,
decided
believe
you
me.
need a view.
I decided, well, again, it goes back to the personability. I like people. Like I said before, I lived in Amsterdam for many years,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm back in the United States, uh, New York is kind of the closest you can get to Amsterdam in terms of some little things. Of course, very different cities, but I think because historically it has that New Amsterdam vibe.
Ah.
Um, it is also very multicultural. But yeah, in certain parts of the city, it looks like you're walking down a street in Amsterdam.
Oh,
Certain
that's
parts of the
cool.
city.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Nice.
Yeah, it's historic Dutch town.
Hmm.
Many have no idea, but
No, no, of course not.
but yeah, I left Miami when I left my job as a marine biologist. I
Mm.
had been living on the beach, out on an island, and I wanted to just mix it up and live in the city for a little bit. We'll see what's next.
What's next? That's cool.
Yeah,
I know you have a cat.
I do. I'm surprised he hasn't jumped up into the camera because that's what he
Yeah.
usually does while I'm working or doing
Just
something.
came to mind that it has nothing to do with the interview. Just you have a cat. Fun fact.
I have a cat.
People
His
should
name
like
is
you more now.
do you know his name?
No.
His name is Fish. Fish the cat.
That's
Fish the
that's
cat who is
fantastic. Oh
I know
my god.
it's funny when I do like an online veterinarian thing. They're like, "What species? What's its name?" And then they're like, for like half a second, they're like, "Wait, what?"
Fish the cat. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, you as a dealer, tell me about your. So you mentioned miners and contacts to miners. Do you personally go there, travel to the mines or wherever and source from site, or do you just have contacts through Instagram or Facebook?
Solely contact through Instagram or Facebook.
Hmm.
I would love to uh, go to the sites, and I think that's something for the future. But the one of the like as you know, with social media over the last 10 years, I was able to communicate with people from all over. So I was able to build contacts in South Africa.
Hmm.
I will say being in Europe actually was a time of my life where I made a lot more contacts in the mineral world, going
Oh,
to smaller gem shows. Um, like I went to a gem show in Belgium once, and I met contacts in South Africa that are, sources of minerals for me to this day, slash friends. Um, so yeah.
cool. Nice. And which shows can people find you? Do you stand there as a dealer or do you just visit as a visitor?
I call myself a walker.
Oh,
I'm a I'm like a zombie walker at the gem shows. I am just wandering around all day. So now I pretty much I attend all the I try to attend all the main shows. Um and really what I'm doing is sourcing crystals for mainly customers through social media,
hmm.
or my direct clients. But I'm there personal shopping essentially and
Ah,
shopping for my own inventory.
personal walker.
Personal walker. Yeah.
Nice. Next time I'll walk with you for a bit.
Yeah, join me. It's fun. We just look at rocks all day and
Yeah, yeah.
talk to people.
It's just great. Yeah, yeah. Nice. So
Yeah,
the next show, we're now recording in May, and this will be published
Yes.
later. So the next show is San Marie.
Yes.
How do you structure your visit to San Marie as an American citizen? How do you
So
like
this will be my well, in terms of transportation, is that what you
in
mean?
terms of everything, like logistics, planning, the approx not real numbers, but like what to expect for dealers if they want to go overseas? How
Oh,
difficult
for
is it?
sure. So I would say back in a few years ago when I used to think about Saint Marie, for example, I used to be intimidated by the idea. Now that I've done all these shows a few times, it's actually not that difficult. You just have to be prepared, of course, to invest in your plane and your hotel and your car rental for
Oh,
some people.
car, yeah.
Um, and master the skill of shipping, become really good at packing crystals safely so you're able to ship from wherever you are in the world, as well as packing that suitcase with crystals. So a lot of it is, I go with, not a lot of expectations. I kind of just say, hey, if I find anything, I determine what I feel safe shipping back to America and what I feel safe with traveling with me in my carry-on or in my checked luggage.
Hmm.
It's kind of a spur of the moment, case by case.
Literally,
Literally,
case
yeah,
by
each
case.
each trip kind of, you know, it all falls into place.
Hmm. And what's
But
what's
you just
safer, hand luggage or the checked luggage or?
it depends on the mineral. So a solid quartz crystal, I will pack appropriately and sometimes put in a checked luggage. But for the most part, really, I carry everything back with me.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And why not ship it? You have you
Oh,
have
or ship it.
yeah.
It's really a mix of everything.
Okay.
Because it also depends on if the pieces have sold already to a client. So in that case, yeah, I would ship directly from Europe in
Hmm.
this
Yeah, yeah,
case.
true.
Or if it's for my inventory, some things I carry. Of course, large flats will be shipped.
Hmm.
It's a mix.
Ah, yeah,
It's a
makes
lot of
sense.
fun. It's kind of like putting a big puzzle together, but I can't see the puzzle until I show up in the St. Marie, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
And each
nice.
day is, you go out, you source those pieces, and then that night you figure out, okay, which one's going where and how am I doing this? Um, but as someone coming from the United States, it's 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 a long trip, St. Marie, because it is kind of far out in the countryside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's not like Munich.
yeah, but it's doable. It's definitely doable.
Yeah, I mean, and while you're there, you can visit collectors in the area like Fabian Wiltang. He lives at the German border, so to
Very
France,
true.
so which is pretty close. I think 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I
No,
recommend
there's
it. I highly recommend it.
really.
Yeah, yeah, he has an
Okay.
amazing collection.
I may add that to my itinerary.
Hmm. Yeah, and for everyone else who's watching, he recently posted. He always posted before San Marie that he's available for the visits
Oh wow.
during San Marie because it's like close. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
so that's nice. Back to your dealer life. How do you like? Where where do you start if you want to start becoming a mineral dealer? How do you start? What's the basic minimum that you would need to know to have in terms of money or other material things?
I would say, well, this is a luxury commodity in some cases, especially when you're dealing with higher quality and aesthetics. So
Hmm.
having that financial basis is, of course, a must. But I would say the ground, the building blocks of being a mineral dealer starts with being a collector. Um, because through collecting, that's where a lot of your education, like if you are not a geologist, let's say like me, I wasn't a geologist, so I lacked the foundational knowledge
Hmm. Hmm.
of basic mineralogy, and it took me a while to figure out what all the terminology in that regard was, but collecting is what taught me um, how to recognize different mineral species, how to recognize varieties from different localities.
Yeah.
um, so I find that is just like the most important starting point. It also teaches you the market. It teaches you appropriate pricing. It teaches you what's available and what's not.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's pretty all-encompassing.
Okay. So
So
how
start
much?
collecting.
I start collecting, yeah, and save up some money also too. Yeah.
Start collecting. Learn you because for some people it's a trial and error, learning how to collect smart, financially
Hmm.
smart.
Hmm.
And I think for many it takes trial and error because
So yeah,
your eye evolves.
what is financially smart in your view?
In my in So what I see a lot as a dealer and what I always tell a lot of my clients, especially on platforms like social media, is that there is a lot of impulse buying and there's a lot of purchasing of minerals that are not a financially smart decision, whether that be that they aren't the appropriate quality to fit that price bracket, and therefore in the future when you want to sell it, you won't make money or you'll lose money. Um, or people spend all of their money on a lot of crystals as opposed to a small number of very fine, high quality pieces. So it's about self-control, um, education, um, and making yeah, the right decisions. We can't have all of the rocks, so it's about maybe like we were talking about before, fine-tuning your collection, having a specific focus so you really focus on this one area.
Hmm. Hmm.
But it's
Thanks.
there's
Yeah,
definitely a learning curve.
definitely. Very, very wise. So, speaking of smart, wise decisions, you made one a few years back that had something to do with nice calcites from Elwood.
Yes, yes. So this was also around, it's like a lot happened in these years between like 2013 and 2016. But I had access back then to acquiring some really spectacular Elmwood pieces. And what I didn't know at the time was that I wouldn't have access to that level of quality or beauty until this last weekend. So almost 10 years of me going to shows and of course seeing this material, but not really having the ability to acquire it, source it, or supply it to my clients. Um, but that all changed
So you
this week.
basically reserved it for the future, or how?
So if anything, they were part of the Unearth collection. Yeah, if
Okay,
if anything, if I have a personal collection, those Elmwoods were absolutely part of it. Because until, like I said, this last weekend, I had not seen quality or aesthetic like this.
great.
These, of course, were released from an older collection, so they have not been seen in quite some time. Um, I'll show off
All of them.
all of them. Let
We
me get
want
the cat
Elmwood. We
here.
want. I mean, if you're speaking so highly of them, that they must be amazing. Oh my
Yeah, so this one I acquired a few years ago from a
God.
gentleman named Hans in the Netherlands.
Oh God.
Let me get my coffee. So you just
Oh
have a
wow.
beautiful jewel
That
nestled on
is
a little piece of
fantastic.
matrix. And then what's most interesting about this piece, of course, are these dissolution fluorites that are no
Oh,
longer
fantastic.
cubes. They kind of look like cotton candy,
Yeah, yeah.
like little. So this is a piece I've always wanted photographed because I think it's
Oh,
worthy
it's definitely it's
of
absolutely beautiful. I love
it's
that piece.
it's
Oh
beautiful.
wow.
So that has resided in the personal collection all these years until this past weekend at the New Jersey Gem Show. I had the opportunity to acquire some even more spectacular Elmwood
Wow.
jewels.
Oh my God, look at that clarity. Wow.
Yeah, so the clarity, the color on this one, the sharpness of the crystal,
Damn, that's
and it's
beautiful.
essentially one perfect DT crystal perfectly perched on top of this one.
And this contrasting bit of purple
And
fluorite,
that
just
little bit of
beautiful.
purple down there. Just so this is what I'm saying. I haven't seen quality like this in quite a long time. So, people always wonder like, why Elmwoods? Why? And I like, well, it's not often that we find such nice quality in calcite specifically. I think we see a
Hmm.
lot more fluorites.
True, that's
Um,
true. Yep, yep.
and I think that just goes to, reason because of just how soft the crystals are.
Yeah, that could be
Um,
that. Hmm. Ooh,
so this beauty is perfectly perched on a chunk of barite. Beautiful
beautiful twin.
gem, beautiful twin, and then the
Fantastic.
back of it,
A bit
some
of
really
sphalerite,
gorgeous
a bit of purple.
purple fluorite.
How I love it.
So, I mean, look at this. What? The natural facets, the clarity, the color, and then most importantly, the aesthetic,
Yeah,
you know?
this the aesthetic is very important nowadays.
Symmetry.
The wise decisions all are about all are all about that's the correct or the are all about aesthetics, of course.
Yes. So yeah, to answer your question from before, that smart decision would be to go to purchase minerals that have a high aesthetic because you tend to always, um, do well with minerals like that because they are the rarest. There is a
That's true.
lot of damage. There's a lot of, you know, imperfect form, but we're looking for symmetry. We're looking for, yeah. I mean, you know it when you see it.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
this, for
Like this.
example.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love. I just love this. It's Valorite, right? What is?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yeah. So
beautiful.
just
I
some
really can't remember if I've seen like anything close to that. Just Valorite bits,
just little bits
dots
of,
of on the calcite. Like
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that before. That's beautiful. And they must be
isn't that
also red
amazing?
red when backlit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's this is another one of
delicious.
those pieces that is from I think I got this on eBay as well. I did. I got it on eBay. And yeah. And I don't see this at gem shows.
No,
This is
no, no, no.
you
This is
don't see Elmwood
beautiful.
calcites like this anymore. So yeah, I was very very grateful to have come across this lot this past week.
Beautiful. This is
Yeah.
just fantastic. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, congratulate my clients. They're very happy right now.
And you're like, let me keep it
And I'm
for like
like,
a week more.
I know. Excuse me. No, they're so special that I did think about that, but then I go back to I became a full-time dealer
Yeah.
to to not hold on to these, but to send these out into the world. So
This is your dealer philosophy to not have to everything the best to the clients. Client is king.
yeah, because that was my goal in the past as a collector was I would always find the best one. So now my promise to my clients is I'm going to find you the best one. I'm not going to keep the best one.
Huh.
So there's definitely few that have remained in my personal collection, but moving forward over the last few years, it's been well, I last Saint Marie, I found some absolutely amazing s- quartz gwindles covered in pink fluorites, and I sold them all.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they were spectacular. It was a really, really gorgeous find. Um, but yeah, no, but it also felt great, for people to receive them and to hear how happy they were with it. So
Of course. Yeah, yeah. The positive emotions that you
the feedback is wonderful. And I think the feedback coupled with the ability to travel to France or travel to Munich, Germany, and source the pieces and even, just hold them for a second. And then coupled with that feedback, that's
hmm
all I need.
hmm Yeah,
And I
that's
get to
fantastic.
source new crystals and I get to see new pieces all the time.
Great. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a nice life of a mineral dealer.
Yeah. No, it's a blessed life for sure.
Do you have something more to show or
Yeah, I mean,
something very like bam like
I'm like, whoa, what could it be? The place is like a little bit of a mess right now because I just did all those sales. I have all these packages going out.
true. How do you do live sales? Live shows?
Yes. Yes, I'm definitely not as active as most live sale dealers.
hmm
Um, but I am active on Instagram lives. Every now and then I jump on other platforms. It depends on what material, at what price point I'm offering. But I love to do lives. They're a lot of fun. you know?
Okay. Yeah, tell us a bit more because I recently did a live show with a friend of mine. It went
Uh-huh.
horrible and great at the same time. We had like
Why'd
four or
it go
so
horrible?
four viewers or something, but
Okay.
two of them bought like for a lot of money. So
Amazing.
like in the in the deepest hole where there is no light, it went absolutely great. So okay.
Beautiful. I mean, that's what it's all about, you know. Before this, we had to wait in our store for someone to walk by and come in. Now, you sign onto the internet and you're broadcasted to the entire planet. So even if you have two people, you may have potential buyers or potential collectors.
Mhm.
Um, so I've had everything from two people in a live to 25 people in a live. I think that's like my highest number, and I'm very
Oh.
proud of it because any more than these, some of these people have like 80, 90, 100 in their lives. I think I don't, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Um, it's just you, because it's actually, it's a lot of fun, but it is quite intense on the body, on the
Yep.
mind. Your posture is very important. You're holding a crystal. You know, you could be holding a beautiful amethyst scepter from Madagascar, you know, with three-phase fluid inclusions. And I don't know if you're going to catch it on the camera, but yeah, it's hard to tell. But you know, you could be holding it and you're paying attention to the crystal, you're describing the crystal, you're talking about the information, but you're also following a nonstop chat of
Oh yeah.
people talking. So yeah, the alternative to having two people is everyone is talking at the same time
Well,
and you're
yeah.
trying to balance it all. And then no one buys anything. You know, so it's that's I tell people just get online, get on live and try it out. You never know what's going to happen.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
yeah.
be prepared to you're putting on a show, you
Oh
know?
yeah, I love that. Which is why I was the one talking, and my friend was just checking the chat, like, hey, there he wanted to ask that and here. And, oh, okay, yeah, sure, here, there.
That's the best.
Hmm.
No, I
Always,
can
oh,
see you
teamwork,
talking.
teamwork, teamwork is great.
Yeah. It's necessary. It's necessary.
Yeah, yeah. Also, the setting up of the table with all of the rocks beforehand. Just look at that. It's beautiful. Like a small area which is covered completely with rocks that you selected
Yeah.
and placed specifically there in this order because yes, this should work.
Yeah. No, and it's crazy because in those moments you start to see different characteristics of the minerals and
Hmm.
you look at
Hmm.
them from a different sometimes with fresher eyes because you see them next to another curated set of minerals.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so that is the fun part is putting together these little curated collections. Of course, 2, 3 hours in, it becomes mayhem, and I'm just pulling flats and
Yeah,
like opening
yeah,
flats and be like, what, you know?
yeah,
But it
yeah.
is always nice. It is always nice.
The table is just a cover up.
Mhm. The table is like, oh yeah, come for peace and tranquility, and then,
And
and
so
then
you think these the live sales are better than regular story sales or posts in
for the dealer or for a from a dealer's perspective or a buyer's?
both?
I would say from a buyer's perspective, be careful. That's where I see a lot of what's the term? Like buyer's remorse. I have a lot of customers that are like, oh, I bought this crystal in a live because I felt the speed of the competition and I felt that I had to claim it. And now I have this rock that I don't want. So would say from buyer's point of view, live sales are great to see lots of material, but that's where you want to be, you know, you want to be smart buying, like we were talking about before.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want to
yeah.
be smart. From a seller's perspective, it's amazing. You have access to all of your customers at any time of day. Your store is open all the time.
Hmm.
So from a business perspective, it's fantastic. I'm always finding new customers all the time, which is amazing.
Great.
Repeat customers, new
Hmm.
people,
Hmm.
and it
Okay,
just keeps growing.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
we hope that it will grow into something very beautiful and blooming.
I hope so. I was actually thinking about that with these Elmwoods. I'm like, are these I put that table together like I posted, and I thought, is this my Tucson display when I have my booth and I have my room,
I was
And
wondering
here I
who's
am.
that top dealer who posted like a lot of this Elmwood. Wait, that's not a top dealer. That's well, a top
That's
dealer for the.
Ari in his living room, you know?
In my heart, you're a top dealer because you're
Ah,
amazing.
thank you. Thank you. I try to be.
Coming to sorry, coming to the end of the show, some closing questions to you about you're in YMC, right?
Yes.
What has
Yes.
YMC brought to you as a dealer or collector and or collector?
Um, Tons of knowledge. I would say I get a majority of my really cool, nerdy science info from my fellow, no offense in saying that, I'm a nerd. But yeah, from the fellow YMC members. I mean, in terms of like the chemical aspects and the geological aspects, those
Oh
things
yeah,
that I'm totally unfamiliar with,
that's great.
they have they have taught me a lot. Yeah.
And as a dealer, are they your customers?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I've also bought from fellow young mineral collectors like miners, for example.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, we know Abdelaziz in
Mm-hmm.
Morocco
Yep, yep,
is
yep.
YMC. Um, so yeah, as a dealer, as a buyer, it's been nothing but great interactions, knowledge. And I love
Fantastic.
when I can supply one of them a crystal. I feel
Yeah.
honored.
So what's coming in the future? Do you have any plans for Chinese shows or
You know, I would, like I say every time, I would love to. It's just, right now I'm kind of since leaving coral biology, everything has been kind of not go with the flow, but where I'm seeing where life takes me right now.
hmm
Um, but I would absolutely love to make it out to like the shows that are going on right now, the Tokyo show, the Nanjing show. Um, so hopefully.
hmm
For right now, I focus on what I know and what I've done already, which is St. Marie and Munich. Um, but we'll see what's added to the itinerary this year.
That's cool. And any
Yeah.
do you plan or do you buy collections?
I have not had the opportunity.
Okay.
No, I would love to. So
hmm
anybody watching. Yeah, no, that I think is a milestone for mineral dealers is getting to a point where you start purchasing whole collections.
Yeah, yeah, I think so because it's I mean it's always the top dealers who are like, yeah, we bought this collection of Steve Smale or someone else that everybody knows, and
Yeah.
there's no chance of the I'll call them smaller fish to get all the something nice. But
Yeah. No, it would be a dream. It would be a dream because you're going to get varieties of minerals that you haven't seen
totally.
in forever.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that's true. In forever is a good word because like
yeah,
they disappear for a long time.
a
They're
long
just
time.
gone. They're just, oh yeah, this is
God.
the collection of this one and this one and this one. I'm just, I mean, I'm young. You're young too. I'm just waiting until people start selling their stuff so I can, oh yeah, back then. This one is the one piece that I've seen in multiple publications already that I want in my collection.
Right.
Never mind. Two zeros more than I thought it would be. Okay, never mind.
Yes. That's the other thing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, any last words for our fellow watchers, collectors, dealers,
Ah.
and friends?
Um, Last words are just because I know everybody in the industry watches this. Um,
I hope so.
just I
I
hope so.
hope you watch.
You better. You better share it and like it and subscribe.
Oh, that's
Um,
great.
but no, thank you everyone for building such a really amazing community. I left my career and I was able to transition into the mineral world, and now I have, colleagues all over now. So yeah, thank you to everyone. Continue to find really nice rocks, and yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming to the show and
Oh, thank you,
showing
Matthew.
your beautiful rocks and talking about rocks. We love
Of
talking about
course,
rocks.
we do. I could do it all day.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, man. Talk soon.
Thank you for watching this episode of Under the Radar. You can check out today's guest through the links in the description below. Tune in next month for another episode and don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss any new uploads. Take care and we'll see you next time.